All right, team, we're going to work through a little bit of neck-specific warm-up stuff here to get that neck ready for either some neck-specific heavier work in the gym or free time in the car on a race day while you're at the track to get that neck nice and warm. Okay, we're going to start off with a little neck warm-up. We're going to move our head side to side first of all, and then nod forwards and backwards, going through flexion and extension with no resistance. And then we're going to lean our head left to right, stretching through the traps before we move into some loaded neck resistance. No equipment needed. The first thing we're going to do is just use our hands. We're going to interlace our hands on the back of the head to create that tension coming forwards, and we're going to press through with 50%. I'm going to hold this tension for 10 seconds. We're going to repeat this on the left and right hand side, pressing into the head at 50%, pushing across into that hand. 10 seconds on both sides. And then finally, hands on the front of the head, pushing forwards into the hands with the head, again for 10 seconds at 50%. We're then going to repeat this at the back, each side and forwards, pushing in at 75%, a little bit harder this time, still getting warm on each side. You can feel that tension increasing on each one. For 10 seconds on each, I'm just going to roll through these to show you that tension. And then work up to about 90% as we start to push in a little bit harder. We can work through 5 to 10 seconds here as we create a little bit more push, a little bit more drive into the hand with those neck muscles, pushing a little harder. And then finishing with the front. Last time through, you want to look for probably a maximum of 5 seconds before we go into some heavier network or some time out onto the track. We're going to look for 100% push, probably about 5 seconds as we drive in hard as we can. Big push, and the same on each side as we push in, push hard in, and the same thing forwards. You can see that visible change in the amount of effort that I'm having to put in. As I said, this is going to be pretty much bang on for a neck warm-up before we get into some heavier stuff like some of these neck bridges or some banded or more specific heavier cable exercises, or just before we get into the car to make sure that neck is nice and warm and prepped for heavier loads.